Uh, Hello everyone, can you hear me? Sorry for the late. I'm just checking the sound with my phone. Can't check yet. Mm, okay, seems good. Hmm. I just came back home right now, so I still need to prepare. Okay, seems good. Today I want to play the Silver Rook. So still need to. Yeah, so I'm ready. Hmm. Now I'm currently 6th. Oh, sorry. I haven't played with Sundown for. It's 3 minutes. I will just end this game soon. Uh, I wanted to play with 10 minutes, but it's freezing. The connection error from the opponent. I can also show the 3 minutes games, but no, it will not be good games. So for the live streaming, just the 10 minutes will be better. Three dump player, the opponent. So today I just play third Rook. I don't know yet what he will play. I hope it will just be a normal Visha. I can also keep the Bishop's Diagonal open, but this is not what I want to show you. It's likely that the opponent will play Anaguma from here. It wasn't Anaguma, it's Kim Muso. But I don't recommend for Ibisha players to play this so frequently. It's not a bad strategy, but a little difficult. I don't recommend so much. There's better strategy against Sulfur Rook. Now I can already think about starting the attack from the third file. But it seems like too much, so I don't know if it's a good move to go up the gold here. I didn't expect so much from the opponent, the silver to 6-6, this shape. Now I can create the Ishida shape, so I can't say that I'm better yet, but it's slightly easier for me to play. And there will be an important move, that is the bishop going up to 8. Too dangerous move. The bishop can go up to 4-8. Now there are many possibilities. Many possibilities. Going up the rook, or just this move seems enough in this position. So dropping the silver here was also good. Pawn push to 5-5 was also possible. And I will drop the silver to 7-2 on the next move. Like this. But maybe it wasn't the best way. Yeah, because the horse to at 9 is a strong move. I don't think this is a very bad position for me, but a little dangerous way. Yes, the rook to 9-3 here was a correct move, and taking with the bishop, I thought it's a little early, so mm, I don't think it's a very good move in this position. I could have taken the silver as well, and I think it was better. It's a little dangerous here, my way of playing. So I can drop the rook here, and there are also other possibilities. Mm, the rook drop seems not bad, but I think this is better. If he drops a lance here, which seems the best move in this position, I think this rook is a little dangerous. Sacrificing the rook here is a little early, and he lost one move here. Now I think it's a better position for me, since it's a little difficult to find a threat mate on my king here. This isn't a bad move. But it's a little difficult whether it's a threat mate, and it doesn't seem so. So I still have my king still have the room to run from here to here. So yeah, I think this could work. My king can run away from here, and this pawn blocks the promoted rook. So yeah, but it was a little dangerous way to win. Maybe I did a big mistake in the middle game. I believe there was better way of getting an advantage. Now it's clear that I'm winning, but the middle game was a little too dangerous. So let's analyze. Hmm. The move order in the opening was a little weird. Since it's a little dangerous against the silver rook to jump the knight here with the silver here. If the silver was showing 4-8, it's just a normal position, but the silver to 5-7 is a little too early. But maybe I should have done something else. In this position, I didn't find a good way, and I went up the gold, but yeah, pushing the pawn in this timing was better, I think. If I take, then the knight jumps, and it will be broken, so I need to wait. For example, just like this, and yeah, it's likely to be this position. Maybe it seems equal, but it was possible, I think. In the actual game, I could create the Ishida shape, and this is too much dangerous, but mm, maybe taking the pawn or going up the bishop to 6-2 or not jumping the knight, everything is okay. Everything is good for me, but I just played naturally, but maybe a little dangerous. I should have just pushed the pawn or pushed the pawn here. The bishop takes and the gold here. Maybe this kind of moves were better, and I should have been more carefully. Mm, mm. Maybe I should have chosen this line. Mm, but I wasn't sure what to do in against this pawn push, which also appeared in the actual game. Mm, yeah. If I take, the opponent will drop the knight here, which is severe. But I didn't really know what to do. Mm, the knight drop here isn't very severe yet. The bishop is working for the defense, but I didn't know what to do in this position or how to attack the king. So maybe it was better for the opponent. Mm, yeah. The actual game was a little too dangerous. He could have jumped the knight as well. Pushed the pawn here. Mm, maybe he should have just dropped the rook here to 1-2. And it was a little difficult for me to defend. And this is a little dangerous and not the best way. Hmm. And now I had time to promote the pawn, and yeah, it was a little difficult to find a threat mate on my king in this position. This could be the threat mate, but this is a good counter attack, and the rook can take the lance and also works for the defense. So maybe this position is good for me. Hmm. Okay, so let's go to the next game. Today I will just play 1 hours. Yeah, 3 or 4 games. So now I can create the Ishida shape, so I will just do so. Maybe he will play the Migishken from here. But if he wants to play the Migishken, the order is already a little weird. And this Elmo shape is a bad shape against Ishida, since this server is strong. It's already a really dangerous position for the opponent. The silver is already here. I can push the pawn to 6-5 next and swing the rook to 2-6. I don't know if it's over, but at least a very dangerous position for the opponent. Maybe going up the gold seems good, and I don't know if I push the pawn immediately or I wait for a few moves. It's a little too slow to push this pawn here. And next I will surely push the pawn to 6-5. So the idea of creating Elmo and going up the gold to the rook side is always a bad strategy, and yeah, bulking with Elmo is also bad. So against Ishida, only with Migishken the Elmo castle works, and here it's difficult to defend. So promoting the silver of the rook, I can easily create a dragon, but with the silver is better, and I could have also ignored. And the bishop drop to 8-8 isn't strong. This is even slower. The horse here seems, So the server drop to 4-2 doesn't work because I can already sacrifice a rook. And this is mate. So the only thing he can do is sacrifice, so giving up the silver. Now there's this move, so it's easy. It was an easy game, and the only mistake the opponent did is to make this Elmo castle. If the goal was stay here, it was okay. So this is just a natural game. And sometimes he pushes the pawn here or going up the silver here. And in every case, the gold should just stay here. Maybe it will go up to 4-2 or 5-2 later. And it never goes to 3-1 since the silver goes up. So the balance of the silver and the gold was bad. This is a usual castle called Elmo, but against Ishida, it's not a very good castle. And yeah, it's better to defend with the silver, but then this gold move will be meaningless. So yeah, and after that, once the silver came here, it's still not a easy game, but already very difficult to play as Ibisha. Yeah, so let's move on to the next game. Sorry, I didn't switch the screen to the analysis mode, but I repeat many times in the live stream that the false-fire rook is the worst ranging rook in the double ranging rook game. You should never play this. Only opposing rook from that position, and this is a very bad position. I will show you why. If he takes with the bishop, I will drop the pawn to 5-4. Or go up the silver to 5-6. So he will surely switch to opposing rook from here. I just play naturally and yeah. There are many options, but creating Yagura is also good. Jumping the knight is an option as well. Now it's already a clearly good position for me, so this is very easy. Almost over. So, but the biggest mistake for the opponent was playing Falsify Rook. This is one of the most important thing. You should never play Falsify Rook in the double ranging Rook game. Almost never. So then you will just lose one move, switching again to opposing Rook. So as you see in this game, there was no merit to play Falsify Rook. The Rook was just targeted by the bishop, and he was just forced to play kind of unusual shape. So there's no strong aim from the opponent. I can do everything, but just waiting for a few moves. But it was better than attacking. Just going back to silver is clearly a bad move, but maybe better than just going up to 2-5, because I can take the silver and yeah. So the Yagura isn't the best castle against the Rook exchange, but now the opponent's castle is too weak, so it works easily. Already the checkmate could happen, but I can't read until the end yet, so maybe just playing. Not many things to say in this game. Just this was the very bad move. So the best move from here for the opponent was just switching to opposing rook, but then there's no reason to play to stop once here. So and this kind of position happened because he played false flag rook too earlier. And from here it's just an easy game. Okay. One or two more games. Mm. I don't know what the opponent is planning to play, but I don't know why there are people who don't open the bishop's diagonal. There's no reason to stay the bishop's diagonal closed here, so it's already a bad way of playing. Against a strong player, you can never win with this kind of simple bogeying or so. The order should always be the same. You should never change the order in the opening. He already changed to several orders, and which is a very bad habit. Because there's no reason to change the order. It's the same position, but if you change every time the order, it's a very bad way. And the balance of the bishop here, and maybe he wants to play the kind of millennium shape, and this pawn push is completely useless. No reason to push now. So already too many unnecessary change of orders, and also this kind of pawn. So especially against wrong player, just playing naturally the most important thing. But finally, this is just still an equal game. But so I can go to Anaguma from here. I can also show you the Anaguma strategy from here, but maybe it's not a very good example, so I will play differently. Probably I will go up the silver to 4-6. I'll push the pawn and go up the silver to 4-6, which is a very good shape. If he pushes the pawn to 5-5, then the fight starts, but the castle is too weak for the opponent, so I think it will be a good position for me. Pushing the pawn to 5-5 seems a little too risky. I can also put... I've never seen this move, and this is clearly a bad move. I can just take, or I can also push the pawn to 7-5. So taking the silver is natural, but pawn to 7-5 seems an easier way to win, if I'm correct. The position of the rook is a little bad, and it seems like my attack is faster than the opponent. If I'm correct. And I think I'm correct. The silver to 5 white, I can ignore this. Now this position is clearly good for me. The token to 6-3 next is too strong. I can ignore this, but I will just escape the gold to 3-7. No, the position is still very good for me, but this is a good move. Better move than just going up the silver and lose quickly. Still, this is a easy position for me, but the token here seems the easiest way, but yeah, I'll just play naturally. I could have also played differently, but it seems enough to play this. Now I can sacrifice the rook or just escaping the rook to 7-7. It's a little difficult which one is better, because just sacrificing the rook seems enough in this position, but it's a little risky. After sacrificing the rook, I will probably drop the pawn to 6-4. Or the knight drop. But it seems a little heavy, so I don't really like to play that way. And if I go back the rook to here, I'm clearly better, but since I have many pieces, maybe This kind of violent attack could even work in this position, I think. And I also have the option to use the bishop this way in the future, so I wanted to drop the knight as well, but I didn't know the correct way against the go to 5-3. So my attack will never stop. So now it's better than just dropping the knight here. I got one more dancing hand. So the last 6-2 was a bad move, but it was already a little difficult for the opponent. So the bishop's defense is strong, so I can still attack slowly from here. Or just escaping the go to 3-7 is also an option. Both could work, so but just the a little heavy, but just the natural way. Even after he took the gold, still my king is safe. So now the fastest attack from the opponent is the gold or silver to 5-8. But it's not a threat mate, so with silver to 3-2 I can win easily. The pawn push for the token is also natural. This is a threat mate again against opponent's king. Hello. If the king comes to 2-3, I will drop the silver to 1-4. I can still give the opponent one silver. My king is still safe with the bishop in 4-8. There could even be a checkmate already, but it doesn't make sense, this move. Hmm. He should have just opened the bishop's diagonal earlier and just played the natural game. No reason to go to silver from here. From 5-3 is better. No reason to ignore this edge pawn and push the pawn here. So all the opening order was meaningless, and this kind of minor change will never lead to a good position. Mm. Mm. Against a strong player, you should just play naturally, not changing anything, and mm, change to the order, and the position just got worse every time. Mm. Not so many things to mention. So clearly the silver is too much. I could have just taken the silver as well, but yeah. Mm, if it takes, then I take the silver. And after the bishop promote, then the rook can go up here. Mm. So if I don't push the pawn to 7-5 and just take the silver, then the bishop promotes, and now the opponent will not take the pawn, of course, and he will do this, and this is a difficult position, so I just push the pawn first. And even if he jumps the knight, I will promote the pawn, and against the pawn drop here, the rook comes here, and I can get the knight. The knight promotes to a 5-7. I just take it, and the token here is severe. He can't take because of the fork. The goat should escape, but now it seems that my attack is faster than the opponent. The Ginkamuri Silver Crown is still strong. Yeah, and from here it was easy. I could have just played slowly, going back the rook here as well, but it will just be a little long game, so I didn't like it. And yeah, mm, the pawn drop was also good, I think. The knight drop is natural, but after the gold comes here, promoting to this side is too heavy, too far from the king. But giving up this knight and attacking this way is a little too early. I don't have many pieces yet, so just creating the token was a good idea. Mm, yeah, and at last, in the end game, yeah, this is a kind of technique to create a hole and attack the edge effectively. Okay, yeah. So this is a final game today. A good opponent as a final game. if he plays the central rook, then probably he'll play Anaguma from here. My move order wasn't really good in the opening, so he has the option to play Anaguma, but still, it's a little difficult for the opponent to create the shape. So yes, it's a good example. I've never shown you the Anaguma in the double ranging rook game, so I think it's a good opportunity. And we don't see so often the silver going back to 6-2, and I really want to play the rook here, but the rook comes here, and I don't know if the exchange is better for me, but I really want to do that, to play that move. I'm still thinking, because if it works, it's a really easy way for me, and I also want to push the pawn here. It will be a rook exchange, I think. If he goes up the go to 5-2, it's just a slow game. This is also possible. But this is more natural. I didn't expect he takes back the pawn. The bishop promotion seems good. I think it's not a very bad position for me. And I wonder why he chose this line, the opponent. Because this horse seems enough strong. So against the bishop to 5-5, there are several options, and pawn to 5-6, go to 5-6, go to 4-6. There are many options, so yeah, and this move is also a little scary. I'm not sure what is the best move here. Maybe taking this pawn seems good. I wanted to play the rook in this timing. Oh. Maybe it was a little dangerous to have taken the pawn with the gold. I should have played the gold to 5-1, but it was also a little dangerous. So yeah, maybe I already did a mistake that position, but still. Against the rook here, I would drop the rook here. Going back the gold seems too weak as a defense, and now I think this is not a bad position for me, rather a good position, since this pawn push is strong. So now I can promote the pawn to 5-3, and I believe it's a good position for me, but it's also very scary, so I need to be careful. I still need to be careful, but I believe there isn't a very strong attack from the opponent, I believe. He gave up the gold, and which doesn't make sense. Maybe he didn't see this move. Just a mistake. The knights drop here. Still not an easy position. Protecting with the horse is my idea. And now there's no pieces for the opponent, so the position is clearly good for me. But I don't have time, and yeah. I think Nyugyoku is the easiest way for me to win this game. Going up here. Probably. But there's a silver going back here.
3分。
Maybe I did slight mistake, and it was much easier game, but so it's a matter of time. The position is still good for me. Yeah, the position is still good for me. This is sure, but maybe this is a bad move. Just a bishop promotion was better. Yeah. Why I'm still good? This is because the position is still good for me. I can't say why. Because my king is much more safe
2分。
than the opponent's king, and I have material advantage still, so the position is still good for me. And now it's getting even better. It's fast to drop the knight here, so the opponent doesn't have so much time left to attack my king. So I don't know what is his idea.
1分30秒。
Now it's not very difficult to win, but Hmm? Sorry, I didn't see this to me. Ah, very good reverse from the opponent. Yeah. So I thought I finally won this game and was too careless at the very end game. Uh, I've never expected the night drop here. I thought he just wanted to resign and yeah, played this kind of. It seems like he didn't see the night drop yet, but mm, I was too careless. So this position is clearly better for me. So, but yes, a good end game strategy for the opponent. Maybe the king to 7-8 or something else. But yes. Mm, maybe I tried to save too much time at the end, and yeah, I still had 1 more minute, so well, I didn't see at all this night drop, so I hmm, yeah, but I thought it's already a checkmate, but of course, I could have escaped here, but even here, I think I'm slightly losing, but yeah, it's more difficult. So I saw nothing at the end. Yeah, of course, the king 279 is the only possible move, and it could be a losing position for me, but still very difficult. So mm, yeah, I didn't expect this move, and I thought it's already a checkmate, but too bad end game. But mm, yeah, but it's okay. I used too much time. This is mm, this is why I couldn't play correctly at the end game. So the rook here means if he pushes the pawn or go up the bishop, then the rook here, and he can't push the pawn because the rook control is stopped, blocked. So and if the gold goes up here, it's also a slightly a bad shape. If I have one silver, I can drop here. So he did this move. I was sure that it will be a rook exchange, uh, and but I wasn't very confident here, and he should have ignored this move. Just pushing the pawn to 3-6 was a better move, clearly, but this is a very careless move. And this position is clearly better for me. But maybe the gold here was better. So this is the most natural move, but I was afraid of this kind of attack. And I thought this position is dangerous because of this pawn push and the knight drop here or something. But I should have played this way, I think. And I used too much time here against the rook drop. Maybe he should have played the rook here first, but and the rook drop is the only defense. If I play this kind of move, then the opponent's attack will be too fast with Anaguma. So I played this, and yeah, just promoting the pawn now was better. This is just a mistake. He didn't see the gold was floating, and yeah, now this is a very clear position. But I didn't. So the position is clearly good, almost almost winning, but I didn't clearly see what to do, and the king to 3-7 was a mistake. But I wanted to play this move first. This wasn't bad, but again the silver drop here. Mm, if I take with the gold, then there will be a gold drop to 5-8. I can still win if I give up the rook, and if I take with the silver, so in this position, I didn't have time to be cool, and I don't want to take with the gold. But if I go up the king, then the silver drop here. If I take all, uh, if I read now, it's clear that this position is still clearly winning for me. I have material advantage, and few moves later, my king can run to the opponent's camp. So, mm, but I tried to go up the king, and yeah, I didn't see the silver here. This is natural, but I thought I can run to 2-6, but yeah, I didn't see this move. We will check, and the gold drop is possible, but it's too risky, so I didn't play this. I went back, and now it's a little. I'm still winning, but much more difficult than few moves ago. But the opponent also made a mistake. He should have just taken the gold with the silver, and if I got the king, then with the rook drop here and sacrificing the promoted silver, he can take the horse. So it was a better idea. But dropping the rook was bad. There's no fork against this horse. So yeah, and the reason he didn't play this is that there was this attack from me. I don't know if it really works, but he can't take with the pawn, and I have a pawn drop to 7-2 next. Still, he can drop the lance here, so maybe I need to play the horse to 4-5 first, but mm, I didn't read your comment, but sorry, I don't know what position you are talking. Knight 6-8, take the pawn. Here. No, knight to 6-8. I never think about that move. It could be a good move, but I don't think it's a good idea to come up with this kind of move here. Yeah, and yeah, he was forced to drop the gold here. So, so the reason I said that this position is still good for me is that the dragon isn't working so well, and this promoted silver as well. He has lance and gold in hand, but these pieces are not enough to break my defense. Once I promote the bishop to 1-1, the defense will be even stronger. So, so I thought this position is good for me. Yeah. And I didn't know the meaning of this pawn, but I didn't have time. When I see now, just taking with a silver is a better move, clearly. And yeah, this is a clear position. I didn't have time, so he thought that just going back to bishop here, horse here is natural, but he can't win with this natural move. So it's clear that this attack can't corner my king. But yeah, his idea was getting the knight and dropping here, and I made a mistake. So it was a good idea. If I was cool here, the pawn drop to 5-8, or there are many ways to win easily, but finally I didn't see the knight drop, and I already thought that this is checkmate, and I didn't see the king, that the king can escape to 7-9 and still can run to 8-8. So the opponent was good only at the very end game. Until there, I didn't think he is a strong player. Not so much. I also play Nakabisha, double ranging rook, but it wasn't a very good idea to play this Anaguma. Rather, he should have played. So, silver to 6-2 was clearly a bad move. He should have just played this shape. And this is just an equal game. Now I will not play this. The rook exchange can always happen, but in the actual game, my bishop promoted to a 3-1 and took the came to 4-3. But now my bishop is blocked, so if my bishop can't go to the opponent's camp, it will just be attacked this way. So for example, like this. I don't know if it's a bad position for me, but I thought it's a little risky. So going back to silver here was too simple. But in this kind of short time control, it's effective, but as a strategy, it's not a very good way. So I was correct, I think, to choose this line, but I made several mistakes in the very end game. Okay, so I should have won this game, but yeah, it's not an end game. So the problem was that I used too much time in the middle game. Okay, so but it was still a very good and good game to show. So I'm happy I could finally play with a slight strong player at last. Yeah, and so today I will end the live stream here. And next time, I'm planning to play the Sodebisha again, which I believe a good strategy for everyone, because it's not so popular, but every time I play with Sodebisha, I find difficulty in the middle game, so and also in the opening. So I've never seen someone who has a clear countermeasure against the Sodebisha. So it's not the popular strategy, but still an effective strategy. So I already played once in the live, but I will play again next time. I think it will be interesting. Okay, so thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.